Leather Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. Take a look at the makeup I'm wearing right now if you would. I will show you how I did it. If you stay tuned, I used 3 different palettes. I used the Bye Bye Birdie palette from ColourPop. I used the Main Squeeze palette from ColourPop. I used a little bit of the Take Me Back to Brazil by B&H Cosmetics, and I used a Revlon single shadow. So stay tuned, I'll show you how I did it. First step I'm going to do is I'm going to coat my eyelids with this e.l.f. liner seal and eye primer. I already have my foundation on, and I didn't wear a primer under my foundation this time. I just did my normal skincare. Actually, I did an abbreviated version of my skincare since I'm staying in a hotel room and I didn't want to have a whole bunch of bottles leaking in my luggage. Now that I have a nice coat over my eyes, it's time to get the first layer on. And the first thing I'm going to do is get a brow bone color, and I'm actually not going to use a palette. I'm going to use a single shadow. This is by Revlon, and it's a wet and dry eyeshadow. It's called Not Quite White, and it's like a matte ecru eggshell white color, and I'm using a big fluffy brush by B&H Cosmetics Studio Pro number 6, and I am going to just barely go up against my eyebrows. And I'm gonna get a close-up look. You probably can't see because I'm so pale. Now, this is a really interesting red palette. It's called Main Squeeze by ColourPop. And if you like reds, this is a really great palette. And it's got really interesting, complex reds and rusts, colors like that. And I thought that that would go well with this dress that I'm wearing. So I'm going to dip into this color here. It's called F-R-O-S-E. But it has an accent on the E, so instead of froze, it would be what, froze? I think that's kind of ridiculous. But I'm using the B&H Cosmetics Studio Pro number 17 brush, and I am just going to go on my crease area here. And I am going to do the same thing on the other side, other eye. I'm actually looking at this big mirror in front of me right here. You know what, I have to apply some more. It's always better to do a light coat at first. It's much easier to add to than it is to take away. Sometimes when you're blending, you end up just smearing extra shadow on your uncoated areas, and then it makes it harder for the shadow to pick up on those areas unless you do a cut crease, and not everybody wants to go through that. Okay, now that we have some crease definition, I'm going to go back into this palette. I can see that they have a gold color here. It's called Juicy Fruit. And I am going to use an Avon brush that's an eyeliner brush on one side and a fluffier brush on the other, and into this juicy fruit color. And I'm going to get a nice coating on that. And I want to hit the lid. This is a real coppery kind of a gold color. It's rich. And yeah. And of course I want to do the other eye. If you're wondering about my hair, I plan on changing the beads to another color, but I want to undo the back. Untangling my hair is turning out to be quite a hassle, and if I don't untangle it, I'm afraid that it's going to break off, and short hair is not acceptable in my world. I will never cut my hair short. I will never cut my hair off. I don't want short hair for myself, so I am definitely concerned about my hair. We're not done yet, though. So it's going to take some time for me to untangle it so that I can wash my hair. Because if you get your hair wet when it's like this, it just turns into like felt. It mats up even more, and it's not what we want. I'm using another B&H Cosmetics Studio Pro number 17, and I'm going to dip into a brighter color now. There is this, probably my favorite color in this palette. It's called Home Slice. Nice bright, like a lipstick red. And I am going to go back into my crease in the middle of the crease this time. And of course I'm going to do it on the second eye. Okay. I am going to get a real fine brush now. This is a B&H Cosmetics vegan. Oh, what's the number on this? I think it's a vegan number 9. It's similar to the Studio Pro 17. It's a little bit finer. And I am going to use this brown color here. When the pans fell out of this palette, actually, some of them, I didn't put them in the proper place. So the name on this, I believe, is Red Bottoms, even though it's brown. Hey, I don't name them. I just apply them. So I'm getting it on this brush here, and I am going to again go into the crease, but the outer, just deepen it. It's like the outer half. Just deepen that crease. And of course, the other side. Just like, more like the outer third than the other half, actually. And try to get them to match. Now I want to use another palette. This is a ColourPop palette called Bye Bye Birdie. It doesn't have a mirror. It has, well, you can see the colors for yourself. It has your purple kind of shades, and it has some muted pinks and some really beautiful sparkly colors. I am going to get this Vivace brush, and I am going to take this sparkly pale color here. All these colors have names. It's called Ariel. And this brush will give you kind of a finer line. And I am going to hit just, not the brow bone, but just kind of highlight this area here. I'm going to get some more so that you can actually see that. So when you move your head, the light will hit it and it'll give that sparkly. And I want to repeat that. And, oh, I know what I want to do. I want to get some more sparklies. I think I am going to use a very fine brush. This is a B&H Cosmetics vegan. Oh, I can't see the stamp on this, but I mostly use this as an eyeliner brush. And I am going to go into this color here. It's called Heron Chic, Heron. And I don't think this is funny at all because it's a takeoff on heroin chic, and there's nothing chic about heroin. So, but I am going to roll the tip of this brush onto the color, and then I'm going to apply as an eyeliner. Roll again. And I'm going to reapply. But I do want eyeliner for this. And I'm going to use the Yankina 36H waterproof. And so far this actually is truly waterproof for me. And at a lower price point than other similar eyeliners that did not, they were not waterproof for me. But this one is. If you don't mind buying Chinese makeup, I do recommend. The only problem is that in China, their law is they have to test on animals. I really don't think that that's morally right. So I kind of struggle with whether I'm going to order from these companies again. Just there's so many American companies that are getting so political now and trying to tell people what charities to donate to, and I just don't like being preached at. I don't think a company should act like they know more about the world than I do. Companies should be grateful for our business. And it's nice if a company wants to have a mission statement and want to stand for something bigger than themselves. And I believe in giving back to your communities, and giving back to the world obviously is important. But there's a lot of ways to make the world a better place. And I think it's better not to focus on things that are politically divisive and culturally divisive at this time. And there are so many movements that are afloat right now that, while they may have begun with good intentions, they have devolved into movements that redistribute wealth and actually blame innocent people for crimes that they're not guilty of. So that's why I would just as soon not buy into that. Alright, I think this needs some mascara. I really can't say enough about this 1 second volume Yankina. I got it from wish.com. I'm sure there's other places you can buy it, but since this is a Chinese company, I don't think you're going to find it on most American drugstore shelves, depending on where. I mean, maybe there's some places that sell these products, but I've only found them online. But this brush might not look amazing, but I really like what it does for my eyelashes. I don't need a whole lot of it to get the coverage, the darkness, the length. They don't seem to clump. And I splashed water on my face to see if I could make them run. The water, it doesn't run until I actually take it off. And I've used cleansing balms, I've used soap and water, and I've used oil. So not all waterproof products are soap and water washable, but this actually is. So when you're washing your face at night or whenever you wash your face, you're not going to be spending a half hour scrubbing away. We all know how annoying that is. I'm not going to bother with lower eyeliner. I'm just going to use this mascara since we put that eyeshadow on. And I am going to, for my cheek colors now, this is one of the things, if you ever are short of space and you want to carry your makeup brushes and you don't want to carry a big pouch, I have put makeup brushes in this little container here. This is wonderful for travel. The brushes I take in the handles off are usually brushes that come off the handles. And I put them here. And I have all these brushes in this little, very travel friendly. So the reason why I got this out is I am going to add a little bit of cheek color. And even though with the masks it's kind of ridiculous, I'm going to use a big fluffy brush and I'm going to go into the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio version. It has two colors here that I use as highlighters, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this big fluffy brush. I'm just going to tap underneath here in the brush, and I'm going to tap under here, and here, and here, and a little bit here, and a little bit here. And of course this stuff is going to be ridiculous since I'm going to be wearing a face mask since I'm in a casino hotel right now. But I'm going to take this brush here, and I'm going to go back into this main squeeze palette. There's no law that says you can't use the eyeshadow for your cheek color. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm not going to take a really bright color. I'm going to get this color here. It's a matte color. It's called Big Gulp. And I'm just going to tap this because I don't want to go too heavy. Since this is eyeshadow and it's not blush, it's not designed to be sheer like a cheek color would be. So I don't want to go heavy-handed on that. But you can see that that absolutely works. And even though I am going to be wearing face masks, you have to slide them off to eat. And I am going to, I didn't bring a whole lot of choices. I should have brought something warm tone to wear with this dress, and unfortunately I didn't think about it. But this is by Kamadu, and it doesn't have a name, it has a number 7. So go ahead and just put it on. And I'm just realizing, looking at the timer on this, I'm following this straight through, and I didn't set out to do it this way, but it's just convenient. And there's so many good lights in this bathroom. They really do get their lighting down pat. What do you think? Oh, my hair, what am I going to do about that? And I got to untangle all this. Oh, jeez. Fingers crossed. Okay, well, this is how I did makeup using the Main Squeeze palette, my ColourPop. I'm going to show you the colors again. Main Squeeze. And a little bit of Bye Bye Birdie from ColourPop. And of course, the brow bone color was this Not Quite Right by Revlon. The highlighter was used using the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition. My favorite rainbow source, I think. My lip color. And of course, my favorite current mascara and eyeliner by Yankina. If you can get them on Wish. And different sellers charge different prices, so get you a deal. Alright, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. I make 3 new videos a week for your viewing pleasure, and I would love to take you along with me on my adventures. Till then, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.